Hey, what's up, guys? This is Cody Brockway back for another episode of CB's Fun with Vinyl. At the time of recording this is June 18th, 2022, and as many of you may know, I'm a massive Beatles fan. And, as many of you also may know, that today, at the time of recording this, is Paul McCartney's 80th birthday. And it is 10 p.m., so by the time you see this, it might be the next day, but that's okay. My heart is in the right place. I love Paul McCartney. I've seen him once in Hamilton about 6 years ago. I own every piece of Beatles memorabilia and record and Paul McCartney thing that I can just possibly get my hands on because I love his music very much. And this is going to be a long video. I'm going to go through everything Beatles related and Paul McCartney related that I own. So might have to cut this up into parts, but we'll see how it goes. So right off the hop, we're going to start off with the CDs. So this, what I have here, is a CD box set. So when the remasters started to come out around 2009, I started buying them. And eventually, years later, I was gifted this box. So, a lot of the cases I just put away and I put the CDs in here. So it's really cool. Flip through the pages, and underneath each disc it's got like the album cover and stuff. It's pretty sweet. I have that I think I'm only missing like 2 CDs out of this. And then we go from there. This is the US albums CD box set. So, as many of you may know, there was oftentimes different track listing on the US albums versus the UK pressings of the albums. So this is all the US tracks, each album. Right from the first one up to Hey Jude, which was a US only release. And they come in like these little, slip cases, pretty cool. This is a great box set. It's a must-have for any sort of Beatles collector. And they also have the mono versions and the stereo versions of each album, like on the same disc. It's really cool. Speaking of mono versions, here's the Beatles in mono. Now, before you ask if I have the vinyl box set of this, I don't. It fell out of print before I could get it, but I'm glad to have the CD one. Now, here's the CD box set for the stereo mixes, and I do have the vinyl box set for this one, which I will bust out in a minute. It's really cool. Opens up, and they're all like laid inside like this. Every Beatles album. I'm gonna try to make this quick so we can make this video as compact as possible, but this is a great box set, absolutely great. It's got every Beatles album in it. This is what comes in it. It's in the back here. And we are going to cut to another shot so I can pull out the big Beatles vinyl box set of what I just showed you on CD there. Yes, this is the Beatles Stereo Mixes 2009 box set. I apologize if you hear some sound in the background. I'm listening to the Sirius XM channel, and they're doing a birthday celebration for Paul, and it's called the All Paul Request Party Live. So you may hear some talking, and you may hear some music, and so I've turned it down pretty quietly, but if you do hear that, I apologize. Not like you mind anyway. Pretty cool. So it's the same thing as the CD pretty much, what's all in there, but I've had this for a long time, and I'm really glad I own it. Still got this thing. All the records actually still have like the wrapping on them for the most part, except for past masters, but this stuff, like Rubber Soul, still got the cellophane on it. This has got every release, and it's got like this really cool book in it too. Come on out. Got this really nice book. We can have a gander through this. Let's look at some pictures and stuff in this book right about now. What a wonderful human being Paul is. I'm just I'm so glad we have the guy. Like, he's just amazing. Some iconic pictures of the Beatles and various other things. Pretty sweet. Well, just move that out of the way. And we'll move on. Alright, so we're still on Beatles box sets. Then we'll move to Beatles records. Then we'll move to Paul McCartney's solo stuff. This is the recently released Let It Be box set, the CD set. So, I hope most of you have seen the Get Back film because it's flawless. It's amazing. So this box set comes with a whole bunch of stuff. It comes with the new mix of the original album, which I am so enthralled with their new mixes done by Giles Martin. Like, the records now, like, they just sound so good. Like, especially as I'm a drummer myself, so especially from a drumming standpoint, the drums sound so good on these mixes. I'm just so happy with them. And then there's the Get Back Apple sessions, the Get Back rehearsals and Apple jams, the Get Back LP, which is the 1969 Glenn Johns mix on CD in this box. The Let It Be EP, then there's the Blu-ray remix of the album Let It Be in 5.1 surround sound. So that's pretty cool. Many of you might already have this, but it's really sweet. Let's have a look as to what's in here. So this should be the CDs and stuff. Yeah. CDs. And the booklet is here. Beatles Let It Be. There's lots of various things, images and other stuff. Then we move on to the Let It Be box set, which is the same stuff that I mentioned to you that's in the CD box set, but it's on vinyl, and I love it. I love it. All there is to it. All there is to it. It's the same book. I like to collect everything on CD and vinyl, as you will find out. Okay, so that's those, and then we're going to move on to the White Album Super Deluxe LP box. This has got all the Esher demos in it, and the new mix of the album. This came out in 2018. Here's a little booklet thing, some write-ups about the record. Pictures of the band. Pretty cool. The sound of this one is brilliant. Like, this is also done by Giles Martin, who's George Martin's son, I should say, and it's freaking flawless. It's just so good. Now here's another. This is just amazing too. This is the CD version of the vinyl box set. This is the Super Deluxe, but this has got a lot of stuff in it. This has got a lot more than what's in the vinyl box. This is one of the sets where the CD set differs from the vinyl set in a big way. So the first two discs are obviously the White Album remixed on CD. Then the Esher demos, which you also get in the vinyl box. Then there's the discs 4, 5, and 6 are all sessions, like studio jams and different takes and stuff of each album, of each song that's on the White Album. And then one of my most favorite things about this box set is the surround sound mixes of the album. Woo! It's awesome. So let's have a gander through this. Pretty sweet. Pictures, lots and lots of pages, lots and lots of things to read and look about. It's pretty sweet. And of course, it also, like the vinyl box set, which I did not show, this part, comes with the original posters with the lyrics in it when you open them up. And, oh, there's the birthday boy right there. Love you, Paul. Happy birthday, man. All 4 pictures that that came in the original album, but a lot of people lost them. Not me. Never lost mine. Still got them. I'll put that back together soon. The 50th anniversary box of Sgt. Pepper, which is also remixed by Giles Martin. The remixes sound so good. I'm telling you guys, they sound amazing. This has got a new stereo mix of the album. It's got the Sgt. Pepper sessions on 2 CDs. And it's got, so on the DVD, it's really cool. It's got the 1992 documentary about the album. It's the making of Sgt. Pepper. It's really sweet. It's got music videos and various things, but more importantly to me, it's got the 5.1 surround mix of the album. I love surround sound. I'm a surround sound nut. I love it. Pretty sweet. Got lots of posters and various things like this stuff. Not posters, but these things. So this doesn't have the vinyl in it. You'd think it might, but here's the CDs and the DVDs. And here's the big book. It's hard to flip the pages from this side. You guys get the gist. So that is the Sgt. Pepper CD box, CD/DVD and Blu-ray box for the 50th anniversary of Sgt. Pepper. I will be back. I'm gonna put some of these boxes back together, then I'm gonna pull out the Abbey Road box set and we'll move forward with the vinyl stuff. And we're back with the Beatles Abbey Road, the 50th anniversary box set. This comes with the CDs and the Blu-ray. So we'll read you what's going on in this. So the first disc is the album remixed, again by Giles Martin. And the second disc is session. Well, it's the same as actually, like disc 2 and disc 3 are the same. They're like the sessions, like, you know, alternate takes and mixes and studio demos and etc., all that stuff. And then the Blu-ray is in my DVD player right now. It is the 5.1 surround sound mix of this album. This might be the greatest album of all time. It's just amazing. Yeah, see the Blu-ray's gone. This is a great set. And this might actually be out of print now, this copy of it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty sweet. I love it. I've loved this album. Oh gosh, my dad used to play this for me like all the time. Same with the White Album growing up. This all the time. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the Beatles records. I got this one recently. This is the Beatles 8 Days a Week. So this is like the soundtrack to the film, which I will show you the DVD later. This is the Live at the Hollywood Bowl. Pretty cool. Yeah, someone's knocking at the door. So this is a 1992 limited edition Japanese pressing of this on mono vinyl. This is Beatles for Sale. And there were only 5,000 of these made in the world. It's pretty cool. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, look at that cover. I've played this before. It's good sounding too. Sweet. This is such a good album. This is early Beatles at their finest. Speaking of early Beatles, we got some more coming up here. So this next one we got is the Capitol pressing of Meet the Beatles. So this, yeah, so it's just the purple Capitol label. Sorry, you people who were looking for the colorful 5000 or 6000 series release. Good album anyway, real good. This has got a lot of the early material on it, like I Want to Hold Your Hand, Don't Bother Me, This Boy, I Want to Be Your Man, which was given to the Stones as one of their early big hits. Okay, and then next we've got a picture disc of Magical Mystery Tour. Bit of a sought after item. I'm glad I have it. So it's this picture on the front and this photo on the back. Pretty cool. It's also got this poster thing. Let's open it up, have a look. It looks like it's just the images of the, yeah, so this is pretty much just the pictures and stuff that are inside the album. It's upside down. When you buy the actual LP, most of these are the images you get. Oh! I love that Rickenbacker bass he's playing. Like, gosh, I love the Rickenbacker. Okay. Put that aside. Magical Mystery Tour, this is an original copy. It's slightly beat up, but I have it just because I do. Yeah, the photo book fell out of it. Not the best condition, but I just have it because, yeah, I love the Beatles. This is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. So this is a German edition of the album. I have many different pressings of most of these albums, you're going to find out. This is a German edition of the album. I'll show you guys the label. It's pretty cool. Look at that German EMI label. Look at that. Yeah, come closer. Look at that label. Pretty cool, eh? Yes. Never played this one. It's just a collector's piece. The next one is an original 1965 mono pressing of Rubber Soul. This would have the original American track listing. It starts with I've Just Seen a Face. Then it's got Norwegian Wood, You Won't See Me, Think for Yourself, The Word, and Michelle. So that's pretty standard for side one on both sides of the pond. And on side two, it opens with It's Only Love and That Is All. Then it goes, Girl, I'm looking through you in my life, wait and run for your life. Pretty cool. And this is, oh yeah, the original colorful Capitol label. Pretty sweet. All right. This, I'll be honest, this is a collector's piece. This is the Sgt. Pepper picture disc. I played it and it sounds like crap. Like, not like this, you know, that typical sort of audiophile guy going, oh, picture discs sound like crap. This is actually like, it sounds like someone downloaded the files from LimeWire and put them on vinyl. Now, maybe some of you don't remember LimeWire, but I do. And yeah, so it's just cool to have. Like, I don't play it. I played it once and it just sounded like crap, and I put on a better copy. It's just cool to have. Just cool to have. That's really all there is to it. Okay. Unfortunately, not the Butcher cover. Yesterday and Today. But still a great collection of music anyway. Here we go. This is a copy of Abbey Road, as you can obviously tell. This is manufactured and distributed in Australia. This is an Australian pressing. And it's on red vinyl. This sounds good. It's real cool. This was done in like 2008. Pretty sweet. Boom, 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 boom. This is another rare pressing of this album. This is another Australian one, and it's on green vinyl. Pretty cool. This should be a standard. Yeah, this is just a regular original Apple label of the album. This is another Apple label. This one's a little beat. Put this over there. The others are mint. And this is another. I have a lot of copies of this. I could probably upload a few or sell a few, but another better condition copy of Abbey Road on the Apple label. That's, like I said, that's probably the best album of all time. Gotta have at least 10, right? Yellow Submarine, original. Another Yellow Submarine original. This one's got the cellophane on it. And this, what's... Okay, yeah. Okay, Beatles 65, and it's actually in good shape. This album is hard to find in good condition, but we did. And it's a great album. No Reply, I'm a Loser, Babies in Black. This is one of those American releases, right? And I love every song. The rock and roll music, I'll Follow the Sun, Mr. Moonlight, Honey Don't, I'll Be Back, but I'll be back again. She's a Woman, I Feel Fine, and everybody's trying to be my baby now. I sang that a little wrong, but that's all right. No one cares. Here's an original UK pressing of Beatles for Sale. Let's have a look at the label. Yeah, look at that original Parlophone. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. The original Parlophone label. Look at that. Just so cool. Parlophone. Okay. Greetings, bottle of wine. This is another original copy of Rubber Soul on the Capitol label. This is one of the, this may have been re-released in the 70s, but this is Revolver. Most people say this is the greatest record ever made. This is on the purple Capitol label, still in the cellophane. Really cool collectible piece. This is the White Album. This is the Help soundtrack. The Help soundtrack. This is the remaster, 2009 remaster. Got this about 10 years ago. Pretty cool. I've had it for a while. Actually, they were one of the first bands that I started collecting extensively. And you're going to run into some of those records, like some of these LPs I actually got when I first started collecting. So, yeah. This is really cool. This is a mint copy of Love Songs. The book is there. It's got all the lyrics in like this fine font, which no one can read right about now. And so yeah, this is Love Songs, but here's the cool thing about this. Gold. Literally gold. Really, really good one. This is just a compilation, like this is not an actual studio album, this is just a compilation of their love songs. So you kind of get stuff like, you get Yesterday, I'll Follow the Sun, Girl in My Life, I Need You, It's Only Love, You're Gonna Lose That Girl, This Boy, I Will, P.S. I Love You, Gotta Hide Your Love Away, if I fell, all that stuff. And there's not a single bad track on this album. Oh, look at the picture on the inside. God, I love them. Just love them. Okay, so this next one holds some sentimental value, as this was the first Beatles record, well, kind of the first Beatles record I ever got. When I first started collecting vinyl, I was like 9. And my neighbor next door, I only had a couple of records. Like, my dad gave me a Jaco Pastorius record and a Lee Aaron record that he played bass on, her self-titled album. I had a copy of Supertramp's Breakfast in America, and my neighbor called me over, and he said, I got a couple of records, I got a couple of things for you. And he handed me one that you're going to see soon, and this copy of Magical Mystery Tour, with the book still in here. Pretty cool, so I'll always remember that. He was an awesome guy. He's still alive, he just moved away. Yeah, like really good condition, like the record's in great condition. Everything, the cover's nice, it's all great. Really happy to have this. And good sentimental value with it too. Let's see if I could find the other album that he gave me. Where is it? BRB. And we are back with the other record that my neighbor, when I was a young kid, gave me. This album. It's a compilation record that came out in like the mid-70s at some point. It's called The Beatles Rock and Roll Music. But this is a really good compilation. Like, this should have been further reissued. Like the red and blue ones got reissued a couple of times, which are obviously amazing. But this should have been reissued again too. This has got the early stuff like Twist and Shout, You Can't Do That, Boys, Long Tall Sally, etc. It's got that stuff, but then it moves through their career too. So it goes through Money, Roll Over Beethoven, Bad Boy, Kansas City, Dizzy Miss Lizzy, Anytime at All. Then it goes also further, like Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby, like the Night Before, Revolution, Back in the USSR. So we're getting the late stuff now. Helter Skelter, Taxman, Got to Get You Into My Life, Hey Bulldog. Like, this is such an awesome album. And 9-year-old me was so happy to have this. Like, this is one of my first Beatles records. I'm like, oh yeah, I loved it. I got Beatles on vinyl. And so here we go. It's the Beatles, Rock and Roll Music. The next one I'm going to show you is a really rare piece that I recently bought. And it was pretty expensive, but I got it anyway. It's one of the first pressings of their first album, Please Please Me. This is a UK edition on the original Parlophone label. It's in mono. This is a legitimate original. This may be the third pressing of the album, I'm not sure exactly, but it is a really collectible piece. And it's got a couple of scuffs on it, but honestly, like, it plays fine. I played it through once, and it's really cool. Yeah, this is an English pressing, if I didn't say that already. It's made in Britain. The number is PMC1202. And this is the cover. So I'm really happy to have this. But there's a sleeve in the back. There we go. Yes. A Twist and Shout. Here's an original Beatlemania. You don't find this every day. This is on Capitol, just the purple label. So that's okay. This is a collector's piece as well. Even though it's just a Canadian pressing, but still. They're all collector's pieces to me. Alright. This is the 2009 remaster of the White Album. So when I started buying brand new vinyl, like when it started getting mass produced again around the time of like 2012, I was right there buying this one and actually the next one you're going to see. Went down to the record store with my friends, made them stay there with me all day. This is about 10 years ago. And bought this and played the crap out of it. Also got like played Pink Floyd's The Wall, King Crimson and the Court of the Crimson King, and a bunch of other Beatles records like you're gonna see. With right here, I bought this one. This one's a little bit worn, but this is also one that I got that day. This is just the regular 2009 reissue. Sounds great. Still, these days I'm gonna go for the new mixes because they're awesome. But yeah, good memories buying these. This one is a Australian one from 2008. Like I showed you the other pressings of Abbey Road and Abbey Road. I think there's two Abbey Roads pressed in Australia. This is another one from that same batch, and it's also on green vinyl for the Let It Be album. It's like a green marbled vinyl. It's pretty sweet. Is this the one? Yes! Haha! This is so cool. So in the late 70s, there was a couple of Beatles albums that were pressed in Canada, where I'm from, Ontario. They were pressed in Canada, and they were on colored vinyl, and they're really hard to come by. I managed to come by 2 of them, and this is one of them. This is the White Album. It's on white vinyl. Purple capital label. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Put that back in there. This does not have the pictures and sleeves and stuff. Like it has sleeves, but not like the lyric posters and stuff. Sorry. This is one of the records that I bought the same day as I was telling you about that 2009 Let It Be and White albums. I bought this that day as well. That was a good day. It was a very good day. I was probably 13, maybe. Yeah, about 13. Here's an original Sgt. Pepper. And this album is amazing, as we all know. And here is a magazine clipping talking about the album. So this is for the 40th anniversary release. This is from 2007. This album has gone on for decades and decades. We've just passed the 50th year, about 5 years ago. This album, Sgt. Pepper came out 55 years ago. So now we're pushing 60 years, and this record still means so much to a lot of people, including me. It's an original copy with that clipping from 2007 in there. Pretty cool. Treat me like you did the night before. Here's another copy of it. It's a little beat up. But just cool to have, you know? Because, well, the vinyl is not beat up at all. And it is on the colored Capital label. Doesn't seem that it's the 6000 series, but it's colored, so like it's cool. It's cool to have, you know, like the different little things, like different labels, different pressings from different countries, like even just like with the smallest differences, you know? It's really cool. Or I'm just a weirdo, but I feel like many of you possibly feel the same. So this should be the 2009 issue, which I would have likely also got on the same day as the other like 18 ones that I showed you. Still all the same stuff intact because I take good care of my records and I keep everything in the sleeve. If I bought it in the sleeve, it stays in the sleeve. we go. This would be the 50th anniversary release of, like, the vinyl release that came out in 2017. So this has the extra, like, alternate takes and demos and things in it for the 50th anniversary that they put out. Most of the stuff that's in the CD box set too. Pretty sweet. Just on standard black vinyl, but really cool to have. This is hard to come by now. You won't find this version probably anymore. Oh, and it's also remixed as well. So the album is remixed with the Giles Martin mixes, and again, sounds amazing. You can tell I'm a fan. So this is this the copy? Is this the copy? It is the copy. Yes. This is one of those late 70s Canadian pressings. This has also got a magazine clipping in it. This is from the early 90s. This is from 92. Sgt. Pepper taught the band to play 25 years ago. So this is a magazine clipping talking about this iconic album from 92. And then in 2007, people were still, talking about it 40 years on. And then 2017, people were still talking about it 50 years on, and then I'm sure in 2027, people will still be talking about it 60 years on and on and on and on. And it's on gray marbled vinyl, purple capital label. What you want, but don't play games, my affection. All right, get back in there. Get back, huh? No pun intended. Okay. This is just another original copy of the album. Just another standard edition. And this one is one of those Parlophone label ones on red vinyl. And the number, for those who want to look it up, is PCS 7027. And it's on red vinyl, as you know. Baby, baby. Okay. All right, then we have the Beatles rarities. I've never actually played this, but oh, there's the infamous Butcher cover on the inside. That's a rarity. I don't have a Butcher cover, as you know. It's got Sheila Ditch and rare versions of other songs. Sgt. Pepper Inner Groove, The Inner Light. Sheila Ditch is the German version of She Loves You. Here's one that's came out on vinyl a couple years ago. This is the Anthology Volume 1. I'd like to get 2 and 3, but all they have to do now is release them on vinyl. This is weird, I have a couple copies of these. So, same pressing, Rock and Roll Music Volume 1, 2 copies of the same one, don't ask me why. They're not the same pressing, they're slightly different. Like, one's got the barcode up there, and one doesn't, like that sort of difference, but it means nothing really. But it's just, means it to me, okay? And this is Volume 2. Which is actually, come to think about it, it's the same songs on these that are on the one that my neighbor gave me. Pretty cool. Still glad to have them. Okay. We're whittling away at the Beatles records. Then we're going to move to Paul McCartney solo stuff soon after these. This is the Beatles 1. Pretty cool. Great compilation. All 27 of their #1 hit songs. And we're going to go to the red ones first. This is the red album on Capitol. This is on black vinyl, okay? This is another copy of the red one on Capitol, and this is the red one on Apple. I don't have the actual like red vinyl copy of that, but we're gonna make up for that. We're gonna make up for that here. So this is the blue version, the Capitol version, just on black vinyl. And this one is an imported edition of the blue album, and this is on black vinyl as well. This is from, what country is this from? I say it's from the UK. It's really sweet. You can tell because it's got that glossy cover, eh? It's pretty sweet. And here is one of my holy grails. This is on Capitol, and it is one of the rare copies of this album pressed on blue vinyl. I just got to get the red one on red vinyl. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So that's all the Beatles records. Yeah, oh, there's this one. There's this one. I don't remember what it's called, but it's just beige like this. And it sounds like, I've played it before, and it sounds like it's from the Get Back, like Let It Be era, when they were writing those songs, and like this is like jams, sort of. There's an info sheet. Yeah, so, oh, okay, yeah, so it's the Sweet Apple tracks. This is from New York. It's, so this is actually, I've looked this up before, this is a sought after collectible item. This is the Sweet Apple tracks. And it's a 2 LP, but they both labels are like this. So yes, that is it for the Beatles records and things. I'm going to move on and show you guys some Beatles CDs and DVDs. And then that will conclude the first part of this video. And so the second part, which will be a second video, will showcase all of the Paul McCartney solo stuff like Wings and the box sets and the vinyl and the CDs for his solo stuff and all that stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this part 1. Enough to come back for part 2. Please come back, please. Thank you. See you soon. All right, so these are some CDs of the Beatles that I have that are not, you know, in box sets or anything like that, like everything else I've already showed you. We'll go through this pretty quickly. This is the original bulky edition of the red album 62 to 66 on CD. Same with the blue one. This one is the Beatles' first recordings. This has got Pete Best on drums. This is before Ringo joined the band. This is a sealed Japanese copy of Let It Be Naked. This is something I got a long time ago. This is the Beatles 65. This ended up being in the US albums box set, which I got pretty recently, actually, probably within the last year or two. I've had this for about 5 years maybe. Had it for a long time. Got the slip and everything. Pretty cool. Beatles 65. So these 3 CDs are sealed. These are from a label that I'm not really that familiar with. They're called Stargrove Entertainment. But the songs on them are pretty cool. They're just compilations, so pretty cool. I have these songs elsewhere. It's cool to have these. And Past Masters Volume 1 and 2, which are actually in the box sets. And the Beatles Tapes 5, the Help Tour. Pretty cool. Now on to the DVDs. Right over here are all my Beatles DVDs. And of course Paul McCartney stuff too. Which more of his stuff will be in the next video, so you gotta watch for that. But the Beatles Help, the Beatles Destination Hamburg, early years kind of goes hand in hand with that CD I just showed you. Pete Best on drums. Yellow Submarine. This is the DVD, 8 Days a Week, the touring years, the band you know, the story you didn't. Classic movie right here, Hard Day's Night. Love this DVD. My dad used to own this when I was younger. He still does, but then I ended up getting a copy when I was like 10, DVD. This one is sealed. This is the Magical Mystery Tour Memories. This is unfortunately not the movie, but that's okay. Paul McCartney, The Space Within Us. This is a concert film. Paul McCartney and Wings rock show. This is amazing. And Back in the U.S., which is also amazing. Thank you, Paul, for all the great music you've done over the years. This concludes part 1 of this Paul McCartney birthday special that's going on my channel. And see you soon for part 2, where we show all of his solo stuff, including box sets, vinyl LPs, CDs, etc., etc. See you soon.